Do you anticipate for the bond measure itself, or the facilities bond, any kind of special internal structure to make sure that that money is dedicated to that purpose and is accountable at all times? Or do you feel comfortable with the way your fiscal structure is now and that you can accommodate that kind of oversight?
Right. So again, that's another just fantastic question. So we have an internal business department that handles our finances. What we're looking to do with this bond is to separate that out, and so we will have a separate, not a separate department, but a separate arm within the department that handles only the bond issues. And some of that will be contracted, so we'll bring folks in to do that, and some of that will be internally. But the majority of the parts will be handled by by the management, by the external management that we bring in to assist us with those processes. So, for example, on the construction side, so we don't have construction managers within our district. So we will shortly be going out to bid on a construction management company, and we have financial advisors that are external, and we have attorneys that are external. These are not in-house employees, and so we'll be working very closely with them to set those structures up to ensure that the money is used for what it's intended to be used. This bond money will not be commingled with our current finances taking place within the district, and I'm sure the public will be very glad to hear that, because as many K-12 public school districts in California, we're facing budget shortfalls, and we're part of a system and a structure that is broken. Funding for education in California is a broken system, and we're woefully underfunded, and so that issue is completely separate than this bond. Bond money can only be used on our facilities. It can't be used to pay my salary, or it can't be made to give us raises or to give well-deserved raises to our teachers or to our employees. We cannot use the bond money for that. It can only be used for improving our facilities and working on meeting the goals included in our facilities master plan.
Do you anticipate any of the facilities money being used to assist you in closing schools? Because I know we've talked in the city about consolidation, based on enrollment, of course. Right. So do you see that assisting you in any way in closing schools or making them, or preparing them for other uses or even sale?
Yeah, that's a great question. So one thing that I just want to make sure of is that, when we were a district of 20,000 students, we had 22 schools, and now we're a district of 12,000 students, and we still have 22 schools. So already we're starting to consolidate some of our schools, but as we go into the next year or 2 years, we will be putting a committee together to work and giving us recommendations and to kind of share in the process of identifying some properties that may be closed, that may be repurposed, or may be sold. And so, my hope and my commitment is that we're not going to use bond money to improve a school and then close it. Now, we may need to use bond money to repair a school so that we could sell it to increase its value. I mean, that's a possibility that's out there, just because we do have a responsibility to our school sites to keep them up to a particular level. But our goal is to improve the learning environments for our students and for the community. And so again, we're going to be very strategic on how we roll out our initial projects, because we know in the next couple of years that there are going to be some schools that we're going to have to close. But what the bond money will do is it will help us make those emergency repairs and upgrades to our current facilities that we were using, using money that we didn't have out of our general fund to make those repairs. So it'll lessen some of that pressure on our overall budget.
Okay. In Measure A, the last facilities bond measure, which was decades old by now, they managed to use some of the facilities money at that point to leverage for more funds. They used it for matching
Yeah.
and any number of uses. Do you anticipate being able to do that with this money?
Yeah, so included in our resolution, there is a provision there that we can apply for matching funds from the state. So as matching funds from the state become available, and we have projects that meet the requirements of those matching funds, we absolutely will be applying for matching funds from the state where it's appropriate. So, for example, the state often provides matching funds when you're building new facilities. So we're not necessarily looking to build a new school, not when we have 22 facilities, but if we were building a new school, that would be something where there's matching funds available for opening, new schools. So we just have to research and see what funds are available for upgrades or for particular projects that may be in line for that. So, for example, and not that, again, this is totally speculatory. If we were looking at providing solar panels, so maybe there's some sort of matching funds out there that if we did bring some solar panels into one of our facilities or into our parking lots or open spaces, maybe there would be matching funds for that. That's not something I'm proposing at that point, but I'm just giving an example of how matching funds may be available from the state.
Will there be an ability to have some sort of internal clearinghouse within the school district so that they can focus on potential alternative funds?
Yeah, well, we're continuing to look at ways that we can explore different funding revenues, for not only for our facilities, but in different ways that we can support our students and staff. So we will be looking at those. We will be exploring all options on ways that we can, maximize the projects that we're doing in result of the bond to leverage, other dollars to be able to continue to improve, our facilities and learning spaces for all of our students. We have many tasks in front of us, and we're working on shifting the culture and changing the narrative about the Vallejo City Unified School District. However, we are ecstatic that the community is behind us and that they showed their support in approving Measure S. So we're very excited and very thankful.